Hello and welcome back. Today, I'm going to be talking with you about 5 mindset shifts that you can create that are going to help you create more success in 2025. I'm not going to muck around, I'm going to jump straight in. So, the first one is legacy, a mindset shift to take you from a mindset around creating something on the fly and cheapening what it is that you do in an effort to make a sale, as opposed to creating a legacy business that's built on integrity, that is built on quality, that is going to stand the test of time. Everybody's in a rush to get things out there to market, and oftentimes in their haste, they don't really think things through. And their website and their offers and their brand looks a little bit like the $2 store, and we want to be the high-end department store on the internet. So think legacy. Anytime you feel yourself rushing to throw something out onto the internet, every time you feel rushed into creating an offer because you want to hurry up and make money, I want you to think about this. Is this helping me build a legacy, or is it damaging my legacy? Okay, the second mindset shift is less is more. Focus on becoming so potent with everything that you put out onto the internet instead of throwing everything at the internet and hoping something sticks. I want you to think about less done better. So I have a saying, keep it simple, do it well, and keep it simple, do less, make sure it's very, very potent, and know that there is always a point of diminishing returns, right? So if you are creating content, for example, we can get into the idea that we have to create more. More is better. But there is a line of diminishing return where more is not better, where more takes something that could feel valuable to people and suddenly feel like junk. So less is more. Be really potent and mindful and conscious of whatever it is that you're putting out on the internet. Number 3 is simplify. If there is one thing that I have seen in my time online and with coaches over the last going on 30 years, is that you guys love to complicate things. You like to overcomplicate things. You like to overthink things. You like to put 20 steps in somewhere when something can be done in 3 steps. You overcomplicate everything. So aim to simplify in 2025. When you're laboring over something, when you're putting something together, maybe you're building a funnel, maybe you're creating an offer, maybe you're putting together a freebie, I want you to ask yourself this. Is there an easier way to do this? Is there a simpler way to do this? The amount of times that I see coaches that feel like I'm going to create this freebie or a micro offer or something like that, and then instead of leaning into what they already have, they'll find themselves, well, I need to learn this new software and I need to understand how, this particular software speaks to this bit of software. And I need, like, you will spend weeks and weeks trying to figure out how to use a software when you should be leaning into what works for you right now in a really simple way. I have had so many coaches that have created these crazy harebrained schemes to achieve a result. And then I will say, well, why don't you just do it like this? And they're like, oh my God, why did I not think of that? So if you feel like you're laboring over something too much and you're feeling like it's getting confusing for you, imagine how your audience is going to feel or your potential clients are going to feel. If it's confusing the shit out of you, it's going to do the same to them. So simplify. The next 2 are the juicy ones. So I want you to focus on one thing. I spent a year in 2012, I believe it was, where I put a halt on 100 crazy ideas every single week. And I decided I'm going to create one offer and I'm going to take it all the way. And so that was when I was working in the martial arts business coaching space. So if you don't know me, my background all those years ago, I owned martial arts schools. I coached martial arts school owners for a while before I moved into the female entrepreneur space. And I had a product called the Honorable Martial Arts Entrepreneur. It was 5 months long. It was like a sort of like a mastermind, but I didn't call it a mastermind. It was a high ticket program, and it had 5 steps. Like there was a framework of 5 steps that we worked through. And I knew it was a really good product because I had been coaching people privately on that product, and I was ready to take it to a leverage version, like I say, a mastermind type product. And I so many times wanted to bail on that product because I had other ideas, and the female entrepreneur market was really nipping at my heels at the time, and I was feeling pulled towards it. But I knew that if I continued to jump around, I was never going to get anywhere. And so that was the business that taught me everything that I needed to know about taking a brand all the way. And so I had my product. I ran live events to fill the program. I had a 5-part video series that had workbooks. That was amazing. That was my freebie. I wrote a book called The Honorable Martial Arts Entrepreneur. That was my framework. I got really good at messaging around the 5 steps in my framework. I could run free webinars on my 5-part framework. Everything, all roads led back to that one program, and I was able to scale that program. So I took it from one-on-one coaching to this leverage group program, and then I was running a webinar version of it, and I think it was even teleseminar back in the time. I can't remember exactly, but I remember running it and having people calling in from all around the world. And I also had a digital version of it that was people could just buy it and go. And there were so many times that I wanted to change tack, when I wanted to give up, blah, blah, blah. But that really put me on the map because I became known for that thing. I was invited to speak on stages here in Australia and in the US at martial arts conferences. And it really helped me to see that, oh, when you focus on one thing and you follow through on the one thing, you get where you want to go. Because the thing is, a lot of the marketing strategies that I tried initially didn't work. And instead of going, well, that's a crap program, so I'm going to go create something else, I wasn't allowed to because that was my focus for the 12 months. So then I had to go, okay, well, why isn't the marketing working? Let me figure out how to fix it. And I did. And it made me a really good amount of money in that business. And that was my first business in the high ticket coaching space back in 2012, where I had a framework. Like until then, I'd just been, yeah, anyway, don't worry about that. That's a whole tangent. I will do a whole video on frameworks because they are the gold. They're where your money is made. Anyway, so think about focusing on one thing and one thing only and seeing it through. Follow through for a full 12 months. You're going to learn so much, and you're going to see just how often you're tempted to abandon mission when something's not working and jump around, when if you have this commitment and this discipline around, well, this is what I'm selling for the next 12 months, so I've got to figure out how to make this work, you will learn how to make it work. And the beauty is you'll be able to apply that to whatever you decide to do in the future. So that business, it took me quite a few years to get to that point. But when I launched the next brand was The Art of Kicking Ass Elegantly. I launched a 12-month high ticket mastermind. I did within, it was either 3 weeks or 6 weeks. It was a ridiculous amount of time. But I went from idea to a $200,000 week in 3 or 6 weeks. It was something crazy because I already knew how to do it. I just changed the messaging and I changed the offer. The framework was very similar. It was just in a different market, but I already knew how to do those things. And so I could apply those same strategies to the different offers. So focus in 2025, think about what's the one thing that you want to sell, and you can sell it in various ways, right? You can sell it as a one-on-one coaching package. You can sell it as a leveraged group offer. You can sell it as a scaled offer, like a digital course or something like that. But I'm saying this one concept, that's the thing that you're going to follow through on. If you do that for 12 months, you're going to learn so much about yourself. You're going to learn so much about how to get things to work, as I say, that you can apply to everything. That is a big one. Number 5 is lean into your authority and fully own it. There are a lot of people out there who aren't as good as you, who are out there full of confidence, and they are selling the shit out of everything and pushing their own boat. Is that a thing? Do we say push your boat out? I don't know. I don't think that's a thing. Anyway, doesn't matter. Tooting their own horns, right? They're out there and they're really bold and confident about I'm the best in the business at this thing. And then there's a lot of coaches who are really good at what they do, but they're like, well, I'm sure there are other people that are better than me. No, we don't think like that. We just own our awesomeness. We own our authority. And if you feel unsettled with that, if you feel like, oh, authority, like I don't feel like I'm an authority, then what business do you have being in business and selling the thing that you're selling? That might mean that you need to pivot. If you don't feel like you can show up with full authority in your lane, then there's some work to do there because you need to be confident. You need to be showing up confidently. You need to be showing up with authority because if you're not confident, other people aren't going to be confident in you. So there you have it. These are the 5 mindset shifts that are going to help you create epic success in 2025. Think legacy. Whatever you're doing, is it helping you build a legacy or is it damaging your legacy? 2, less is more. Think potency. Think about how can I be potent as fuck, deliver like the very best of me and know that I don't need to create 100 videos to achieve the same result that I can achieve in one if I'm really potent and lean into my everything that makes you you. The third is simplify. Don't overcomplicate things. There is always a simpler way. The simpler ways work and they're faster. So simplify. Number 4, focus on one thing. Think about the concept that you're going to be running with in 2025 and focus on that one thing. Stop jumping around and chopping and changing and make it work. You can make it work. And 5, lean into your sense of authority. Own it. Fully own who you are, your place on the internet. You've earned it. You can put that crown on your own head. You don't need anybody to anoint you as the expert in your field. You can claim that. You can. You can just do that. Anyway, that is it. I will see you next time. I hope you like this video. If you do, please let me know in the comments and subscribe. That would be awesome too. All right. Bye for now.